Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up how to get your settings right so that you can hit perfs like this. Perfs, if you don't know, are the part of the bunny hop where you are jumping off the ground at the exact same tick that you collide with the ground, so that you don't lose any speed when you touch the ground. I'll make a video about like technique and terminology and stuff for people that want to learn it. Elsewhere. This video is going to be pretty much geared towards somebody who doesn't have an auto exec already, maybe somebody who doesn't even know where the CFG folder is in their game files, all that good stuff. So if you do know those things, if you do already have an auto exec folder, then I would recommend looking at the video description to find the chapters that are pertinent to you and skip ahead to those. For those of you who do already have a config for desubticking your jump inputs and stuff, maybe you're using the one that Trip has been circulating, maybe you're using the one that Sleepy Chris has been circulating, you're really not going to get anything different from mine, except for my desubticked crouch input. Honestly, you're going to get a lot less from my config. I'm not using any binds, I don't have a jump bug bind, I don't have a long jump bind, I don't do any of that bind stuff, and I'll explain my kind of reasoning for that in a different video. So yeah, the only thing you're going to get different from this config, if you already have one, that, for example, like that Trip is using or Sleepy Chris is using, is that you're going to have a different method of desubticking your crouch input, and you're going to have to do all of your long jump inputs and all of your jump bug inputs manually. So yeah, I hope that the video is helpful. If you have any questions for me, feel free to add me on Steam and ask any questions that you might have, or leave a comment down below. Probably contacting me on Steam is the best way to get personalized help though, so enjoy the video. If you already have an auto exec, then just feel free to skip ahead to the parts that you see that you need. So just to get us started off, let's go to the library, let's go to Counter-Strike 2, right-click Counter-Strike 2, go to Manage. In this Manage drop-down, pop open whatever menu, go down to Browse Local Files. Now that you've clicked that, you should be in your File Explorer with the Counter-Strike Global Offensive folder open. You should see Content, Game, Install Script. You should see this stuff. So go ahead and open the Game folder. Make sure you open to the Game folder. Now in the Game folder, open the CSGO folder. Now that you opened the CSGO folder, in the CSGO folder, open the CFG folder. Now that you're in the CFG folder, you're going to see like game mode arms race, game mode casual, game mode competitive, and you probably won't see file name extensions, just like we are seeing right now in this video. So if you don't see that and you're on Windows 11, go up here to this View drop-down menu, because we want to see the file name extensions. Go down to the Show drop-down menu, inside the View drop-down menu, and pop-out menu, whatever this is, click File Name Extensions. Now we can see .cfg following all of our CFG files and all that good stuff. You're not going to have this folder here called Ignore This. These are mine. This is my auto exec. This is my stuff from before. Don't worry about it. So in the CFG folder, right-click and make 5 new text documents. So in the CFG folder, right-click, go to New, make 5 new text documents. 1 new text document, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Again, this is assuming that you do not have an auto exec already. Take this first text document that we just made and name it auto exec. Name it auto exec, AUTOEXEC, just like in the description below, and then do .cfg. Make sure you replace the .txt, so make sure you do .cfg. Press enter. If you did that correctly, it's going to give you a window that asks if you're sure you want to change the file name extension. Click yes. If you did .cfg, it should be all good. If you did that correctly, this now says autoexec.cfg. If you hover over it for a second without moving your mouse, it'll show this little open pop-up window thing, and it says type CFG. Also, if you have this column visible, then you're going to see CFG file over here rather than text document. Now for the next 4, we're going to name these plus jump, plus duck, minus duck. So let's name the first one plus jump.cfg. This pop-up window is going to come up every time that we change the file name extension. Just make sure you click yes. Now we're naming minus jump.cfg. Now we're naming plus duck.cfg. Now we are naming -duck.cfg. All right, that's all done. Go ahead and open each of these now. Let's just open each of these up. I'm going to just get my window looking like this. So I've opened up the auto exec. I'm opening plus jump, plus duck, minus duck. You can also open these. If double clicking them doesn't work to open them in your notepad automatically, if double clicking them did not work for you, right click them and then click edit in notepad. So now that you've got all 5 open, let's go to autoexec.cfg first. Now you guys are, from the description below, going to copy paste this text. Paste this text from the description below into the autoexec.cfg. So let's make the plus jump CFG now. In your plus jump CFG, paste this text. Set info jump 0, toggle jump 1, 0, 0. Put this in your jump CFG. In your minus jump CFG, you're going to be putting this text, set info jump 0, toggle jump minus 999, 0, 0. In your plus duck, you maybe are noticing a pattern now. You're putting this text in your plus duck, set info duck 0, toggle duck 1, 0, 0. And in your minus duck, you're putting this text, set info duck 0, toggle duck minus 999, 0, 0. And now your 5 config files that we made should look like this. You should have an auto exec that looks like this, or with, another variant of some kind of key that switches between 64 FPS and unlimited FPS, if that's how you want to do it. You can also just feel free to play at 64. And then your plus jump should look like this. Minus jump should look like this. Plus duck should look like this. Minus duck should look like this. And all of these should be in your CFG folder like we did earlier. So we've got our minus duck in the CFG, we've got our minus jump in the CFG, plus duck, plus jump, auto exec. Great, and now we're done. So now what we need to do, the last step before we boot the game up and start learning how to bhop, for those of us who don't know, we right click Counter-Strike 2 in the library again. So go back to your library, right click Counter-Strike 2, go to properties. In the general page, go down to launch option. Selected launch option, blah, 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 but you can do advanced users may choose to enter modifications to their launch options. So make sure this is plus exec auto exec. Copy and paste from the description below or type it out. Just make sure you get all the typos corrected. Once you're done with that, you can just close out, maybe double check. Yep, great. And then you're good to go. You're ready to play. All right, now that we got everything set up, go ahead and boot up a practice map. Doesn't matter which map you use. Probably should just use Nuke because the floors are super flat if you're not familiar with bhopping. Go ahead and press the jump input that we just made a few times. Press your crouch input that we just made a few times and open your console. If you see this text in your console, you did everything right. And if you don't know how to enable your developer console, go to the settings menu, click the magnifying glass, type console here in the search bar, go to enable developer console. In the drop down menu, select yes, and then go to console key binding. Press any key you want. Most people use the button underneath the escape key or below the escape key. The tilde key looks like that. Looks kind of like an apostrophe. I don't know what it is, whatever, who cares. That's the key most people use with a US English keyboard. My next video is going to be about technique that I use, why I'm using a desubticked crouch input, why I don't use a jump bug bind, why I don't use a long jump bind, and all that good stuff. So I hope you got everything with the config working. Don't forget to cap your FPS to 64, whether you're going to use a keybind for that to toggle it on and off or what. If you don't set your FPS to 64, you're going to be looking like this. You're going to be looking like a bozo who's going slower than you go with a Negev out, hopping around like an absolute buffoon. But if you cap your FPS to 64, you're finna be looking like Foon. Head ass, I thought of that right after I said buffoon. Alright, thanks for watching, goodbye.